All right, I'm just giving a little update on my senior project. My senior project is a vending machine that only takes coins, and what I'm doing is I'm creating just some software and some hardware to allow it to take electronic payments like a credit card or um, something like that. So this is the design I have. It's kind of a rough draft. I know my handwriting is not very pretty, but you can kind of see what it is. Basically, I have these 5 steps listed out and how it's going to work. So the different parts of my application are going to be a user interface, an Express API that I'm writing, and then a PayPal API, and then an ESP32. It's this little microcontroller here, and then the actual vending machine itself. So the way I intend for this to work, and this, I don't know, we'll see how how I get this. This may change, but the goal is still the same. The goal is to get electronic payment. But anyways, what I have right now is step one is going to be the user uses the user interface to choose what snacks they want to buy. That will give them a total, and then they just basically send that payment, so the total amount, whatever it costs to buy the snacks. They'll send that to the Express API. That API is going to send the payment to the PayPal API, and then it's either going to succeed or it's going to fail. So that success message or failure message is going to go to the API. And then step four, um, if step four only really, I guess, really only happens if you get a success message. Um, well, no, I guess step four happens either way, but if it succeeds, it'll send a message to the user interface so the user knows that their payment worked. It'll also send a success message to this little ESP32 board, and then that board will um, tell the vending machine to turn the motors, give them their snacks. That's how it's intended to work. Um, so obviously, step four this way, from the API to the UI, it's going to happen no matter what because it's going to fail or succeed. And so the user is going to see that it either failed or succeeded. But if it step four only really happens for the ESP32 board if it succeeds, because if it fails, then it doesn't need to send anything to the board because I'm not going to turn the motor. So that's how it works. So right now I do have my basic API hosted on DigitalOcean right now. It just receives a response. Um, if you do a GET request, you can receive a response from it. In the future, it's going to have a lot more functionality, obviously, because I'll need to implement the rest of this. But where I am right now, I can kind of show you, starting with the code for the ESP32 board. And that's right here. And there is more code above. I'm not showing that code because it has this board connects to Wi-Fi and it has the Wi-Fi password of the place I'm staying. So obviously, I don't want to just show the Wi-Fi password. So, but basically, all it does, it's just going to connect to Wi-Fi. And while it's connecting, it'll just continue to print this connecting to Wi-Fi and this message in the serial monitor. And then when it is able to connect, it will send that message that it's connected to Wi-Fi successfully. Um, and then I can perform a request, because like I said, if you perform a GET request to my server, you should get something back. So basically just saying if you are connected, this is just basically saying you are or not connected to Wi-Fi. So if you're connected to Wi-Fi, we'll send a GET request to my server. And this is just the URL of where my server is on DigitalOcean. And then we'll send the request we want, and then we should receive something. So basically, if um, if we receive the response successfully, the the blue light on this board should turn on, and it's on right now because I just tested it, or just ran it, but I'll just show you real quick. So if I upload this to the board, the light should turn off in a sec because it's receiving new code. And it takes a second. It's kind of slow. Okay, so it's getting the code uploaded to it. Um, And once it's uploaded, it's going to connect to that server that I have hosted online on DigitalOcean. And it's just going to receive a response, assuming everything works, which it should. It should receive just a response that says hello. Okay, it's been uploaded, the light turned on, and if we go to our serial monitor, we should see it's connecting to Wi-Fi, trying to connect. Now it's connected to the Wi-Fi, and now we receive that response from our server. So I know it's pretty simple, it's very basic, but I just had to prove that it would work. And the part that's of my project that's really giving me grief right now is just the actual PayPal API portion of it. So I can show you what I have for that. Right now, I just wrote an application using JavaScript and Express and the Axios library um, to basically just start a server. I'll just run it. It just starts a server that has a payment button that will charge whoever wants to pay $10, $10. So if we go to the local host, we can see that. So let's go to that. Whoops, sorry. What I meant to do. Okay, so it's very bare bones right now. I'm just trying to get the actual payment to go through. So I'll click on pay and it's loading, but this should take me to a PayPal. This is just what the customer would see if they're gonna make a payment. This right here is just my PayPal account is just in sandbox mode, so this isn't a real payment. This is a fake account just to test. So I just created here a fake account named John Doe. Just has fake information, fake phone number, and things like that. And he has a PayPal balance of $5,000. And I've added some fake credit cards that he can use to pay. Um, and so, anyways, the part I'm getting stuck at when I get to here, my code does let me log in as if I were John. It knows who he is, and it does recognize that I have a PayPal balance I could use or have different cards I could try. But for some reason, something I don't understand, I can never get past this continue to review order because it just loops. So I'm always just stuck here. I'm not sure if it's my code in my server that's the problem, or if it's something to do with my test account. But anyways, that's where I'm at. This is the status I made of my senior project thus far. I'm going to be working on this quite a bit to try and over the next week or two to really try and get this working so I can move on to the hardware part. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.